Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Simple English Cast, the cozy little podcast where English becomes simple, natural, and fun. I'm Alex.
And I'm Meera. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Meera, I have a question for you before we begin.
Uh-oh, that sounds dangerous already.
No, it's an easy question. What is one thing people always ask you?
Probably, why are you always smiling?
And what do you say?
I usually say, because life is too short to look angry all the time.
That is such a good answer.
Thank you. But honestly, Alex, questions are interesting.
They really are.
Sometimes one simple question can start a 10-minute conversation, or even a friendship.
Exactly. And today's episode is all about that. Questions.
Specifically, how to ask questions in English naturally.
Because many English learners can answer questions.
But asking them feels scary.
Yes. Your brain suddenly freezes.
You know the words, but the order feels confusing.
You start thinking, is it where you are from or where are you from?
And by the time you decide,
The conversation is already over. Meera, can I tell you something funny?
always.
A few weeks ago, I went to a small bookstore cafe near my apartment.
Okay.
And the cashier smiled at me and said, "Hey, how's your day going?"
A very normal question.
Yes, but my brain panicked for absolutely no reason.
What happened?
I forgot how to answer, completely.
No way.
I just stared at her for 2 seconds like a confused robot.
Alex!
Then I finally said, yes.
You said yes to how's your day going?
Yes. And honestly, I wanted to disappear immediately.
That is amazing. But here's the important part. Even native speakers sometimes panic during conversations.
Exactly. Conversation is not about being perfect.
It's about connection, and questions help us connect.
Questions show interest.
Questions keep conversations alive.
And good questions make people feel important.
That's true. When someone asks you a thoughtful question, you feel seen.
You feel heard.
So today, we're going to help everyone become more confident asking questions in English.
Simple questions, natural questions, real-life questions.
Okay, Alex, let's begin with the basics.
The famous question words.
The 6 magic words.
I like that name.
Word number 1, what?
What is for things, actions, information.
Examples, what is your name? What do you eat for breakfast? What movies do you like?
Easy and useful.
Question word number 2, where?
For places.
Where do you live? Where is the station? Where are my keys?
I ask myself that last question every single morning.
Same.
Question word number 3, when.
That one is about time.
When do you wake up? When is your birthday? When does the movie start?
Very important question if you hate being late.
Question word number 4, who.
For people.
Who is she? Who do you work with? Who called you?
Simple.
Question word number 5, why.
Ah, yes, the dangerous question.
The deep question.
Why are you sad? Why do you love music? Why did you quit your job?
Why often creates emotional conversations.
Because people explain reasons, feelings, motivations.
And finally, how.
The special one.
Because it doesn't start with WH.
But it still belongs to the family.
How are you? How do you study English? How was your weekend?
Honestly, how might be the most powerful question word.
I agree.
Because it invites stories.
Okay, Meera, what is the most common mistake English learners make with questions?
Word order.
Absolutely.
People know the vocabulary, but the sentence order gets mixed up.
Like saying, where you live.
Instead of, where do you live?
Exactly.
or what she likes.
instead of what does she like.
So today, let's make this very simple.
Formula number 1 is incredibly important.
Ready, everybody?
Here we go. WH word plus do or does plus subject plus verb.
Again, slowly.
Question word,
Then do or does,
then the person.
then the action.
Example, what do you eat?
Question word, what? Helper word, do. Subject, you. Verb, eat.
Another one, where does she work?
Question word, where? Helper word, does. Subject, she. Work, work.
Now here's the important rule.
Use do for I, you, we, they.
Use does for he, she, it.
That rule changes everything.
Let's practice together.
I'll give the broken sentence.
And I'll fix it.
Where you work.
Where do you work?
Perfect. What she study.
What does she study?
When they arrive.
When do they arrive?
Beautiful.
Okay, Meera, let's use real-life situations.
Good idea.
Coffee shop example. Imagine you're at a coffee shop.
Okay.
You meet someone friendly.
And you want to start a conversation?
You could ask, what do you usually order here?
That's natural.
Or, how often do you come here?
Very conversational.
Gym example. Now, imagine you're at the gym.
Dangerous place for me.
You could ask someone, what workout do you recommend?
Or when do you usually exercise?
Exactly. Airport example.
Airports are perfect for small talk.
True.
So, where are you traveling today?
How long is your flight? What countries have you visited? Now, let's move to formula number 2.
This one is easier.
WH word plus is/are plus noun or adjective.
Examples. What is your name? How are you? Where is the restaurant?
Notice something important.
There is no do or does,
Exactly.
because the verb to be already exists in the sentence.
For example, how are you?
Not how do you are.
Never.
Alex, can I say something honest?
Always.
Many people are not afraid of grammar.
Really?
They are afraid of embarrassment.
That's true.
They think if I ask a question incorrectly, people will judge me.
But most people don't care about tiny mistakes.
Exactly.
They care about communication.
And honestly, confidence matters more than perfection.
You know, this reminds me of my friend Daniel.
What happened?
Daniel moved to another country years ago.
And his English wasn't perfect?
Not at all.
So what did he do?
He asked questions constantly,
Even with mistakes?
especially with mistakes.
I love that.
He once asked someone where I can buy breading.
Breading?
He meant bread. The person smiled kindly and said, "Oh, you mean bread?"
And then?
Then they had a 5-minute conversation.
That's the important part.
Yes, mistakes did not destroy the conversation.
The conversation still happened.
Okay, now let's level up.
Past tense questions.
This scares many learners.
But it's actually simple.
The formula is WH word plus did plus subject plus verb.
Examples. Where did you go? What did she say? When did they arrive?
Notice something important.
The verb stays in base form.
Exactly.
Not where did you went?
Nope, because did already carries the past tense. Okay, Meera, interview time.
I'm ready.
What inspires you the most?
Honestly, people who keep trying, even after failure, even after disappointment. There's something beautiful about people who refuse to quit.
Where do you feel happiest?
Near the ocean, I love the sound of waves. Everything feels slower there.
When do you feel most creative?
Late at night, when the world becomes quiet.
Who taught you the most in life?
Probably my grandmother. She taught me patience without ever giving long speeches.
Why do you love language learning?
Because language changes lives. One conversation can change confidence forever.
How do you stay motivated?
I stop focusing on perfection. I focus on progress.
Not all questions are small talk.
Some questions create meaningful conversations.
Like,
What makes you happy lately?
or, what dream are you working toward?
Why is that important to you?
Deep questions create emotional connection.
But timing matters.
Absolutely.
Don't ask someone about their life dreams 30 seconds after meeting them.
Yes, please don't.
Alex, let's help listeners sound more natural.
Great idea. Add softening words.
Instead of saying, "Where is the station?"
You can say, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the station is?"
much softer. Use follow-up questions.
Follow-up questions make conversations longer.
Example, "Where are you from?"
Oh, really? How long have you lived there?
Now the conversation continues naturally.
Show real interest.
Don't ask questions like a robot.
React to answers.
Smile.
Listen carefully. Okay, Meera, rapid-fire corrections.
Let's do it.
Where you live.
Where do you live?
What she wants.
What does she want?
When did you arrive?
When did you arrive?
How you are.
How are you?
Why he is angry.
Why is he angry? You know something interesting, Alex?
What's that?
People remember good listeners.
More than good speakers sometimes.
Exactly.
Because asking good questions makes people feel valued.
And in today's world, many people simply want to feel heard.
So, how can learners become more confident asking questions?
Practice tiny conversations.
Simple ones.
At stores, at cafes, at libraries.
You don't need perfect English.
You need courage.
Start with easy questions.
What time do you close? Where is the restroom? How much does this cost?
Little by little, confidence grows.
Exactly.
Can we talk about a big conversation problem?
Oh no. Which one?
The one-word answer problem.
Ah, yes.
You ask someone a question.
And they answer with one word.
For example,
How was your weekend?
good.
Conversation dead.
So how do we fix this?
By asking open questions.
Questions that invite longer answers.
Closed question example.
Did you enjoy the movie?
Possible answer, yes.
Very short.
Open question example.
What did you enjoy most about the movie? Now the person must explain more.
Exactly.
Okay, Meera, imagine I meet you at a party.
All right.
I ask, where are you from?
I'm from Seattle.
Now many learners panic here.
Because they don't know the next question.
Exactly.
Here's the secret. Use the answer to create the next question.
That's so important.
Example.
I'm from Seattle.
Oh, really? What's Seattle like?
Then maybe I answer, it's rainy but beautiful.
Then you ask, what do you usually do there for fun?
See? The conversation grows naturally.
Like a tree.
Meera, did I ever tell you about the train conversation?
No, and that already sounds interesting.
A few months ago, I was traveling by train,
Okay.
and there was an older man sitting next to me.
Did you talk to him?
At first, no. Both of us were quiet.
Classic train energy.
Exactly. Then suddenly he looked outside the window and said, "Beautiful sunset today."
Simple sentence.
Very simple.
What did you say?
I said, "Yeah. Do you travel often?"
Ah, a question.
And that one question changed everything.
Really?
We talked for almost an hour.
Wow.
He told me about countries he visited,
Interesting.
about books he loved,
Nice.
about mistakes he made when he was younger.
That sounds meaningful.
And when the train stopped, he smiled and said, "Thanks for the conversation."
That's beautiful.
All because of one question, meeting someone new.
Let's give listeners practical questions for real situations.
Good idea. Situation 1, meeting someone new.
What do you do?
How do you know the host?
What kind of music do you like?
What do you usually do on weekends? Situation 2, office conversation.
How long have you worked here?
What project are you working on?
How do you stay organized?
What do you enjoy most about your job? Situation 3, travel questions.
Where should I visit first?
What food do you recommend?
How expensive is the city?
When is the best time to visit? You know something interesting?
What?
Why questions are powerful but dangerous.
That's true.
Sometimes why feels emotional.
Or personal.
For example,
Why did you quit your job?
that can feel heavy.
So sometimes it's softer to say,
What made you decide to leave your job?
exactly. Same meaning, softer feeling.
Okay, Meera, how can learners sound friendlier in English?
Add small, polite phrases.
Examples.
Instead of,
Where's the bank?
say,
Excuse me, could you tell me where the bank is?
instead of,
What time is it?
say,
Sorry to bother you. Do you know what time it is?
small changes, big difference.
All right, Meera. Quick challenge.
Let's do it.
Coffee.
What kind of coffee do you usually drink?
Music.
Who is your favorite singer?
Travel.
Where do you want to travel next?
Movies.
What movie made you emotional recently?
Books.
What book changed your thinking?
Excellent.
Thank you.
Meera, why do learners freeze during conversations?
Because they try to build perfect sentences.
Yes. Their brain starts checking grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and meanwhile, the conversation keeps moving.
Here's the truth.
Mistakes are normal.
Conversation speed matters more than perfect grammar sometimes.
A simple, imperfect sentence is better than silence.
Always.
All right, everybody, it's time for our favorite section,
The word tour.
where we take useful English words.
And explain them naturally through conversation.
Today's first word is curious.
Curious means wanting to know more.
A curious person asks questions.
Example?
My little nephew is very curious. He asks questions about everything.
Honestly, curiosity is a superpower when learning English.
Next word, confident.
Confident means believing in yourself.
Example,
She sounded confident during the interview.
confidence does not mean perfect English.
Exactly. It means speaking even when you feel nervous.
Next word, awkward.
Awkward means uncomfortable or strange socially.
Example,
There was an awkward silence in the elevator,
we've all experienced awkward moments.
especially during language learning.
Next word, natural.
Natural means normal, relaxed, not forced.
Example, her English sounds very natural. That's the goal for many learners.
Not perfect English, natural English.
Last word for today, improve.
Improve means become better.
Example,
My speaking skills improved after daily practice.
tiny practice every day creates improvement.
Consistency changes everything.
You know something beautiful about questions?
What's that?
Questions create possibilities.
I love that.
A question can start a friendship.
A question can start a career opportunity.
A question can start love.
Or adventure.
So don't be afraid to ask questions in English,
Even imperfect questions.
because every conversation teaches you something.
Thank you so much for listening to Simple English Cast.
If today's episode helped you,
Please follow the podcast.
and share it with someone learning English.
And today's question for you is,
What question do you ask people most often in English?
write your answer in the comments.
Until next time,
Stay curious
stay confident.
and keep speaking English.